welcome back. So to start off this week's video, I wanted to officially show you guys my collection that I'm gonna be doing. I started off by making a mood board. Like my aesthetic that I kind of wanted to go for was fantasy romance, and like whimsical. I want a lot of flowiness to the dresses and movement, and probably, as you can tell, I like green, like sage green. I've been liking that color for a while now, and I've always been using it in a lot of things that I design. So that is like, green is like the main color of my collection. As you know, I'm gonna try and do 5 looks. I have 4 female looks and 1 male look. I haven't really made a whole lot of guy clothes or anything, so I kind of wanted to challenge myself in that aspect. So this is the first design that I made. I showed it in my previous video. I was trying to make the bodice for it, but it was not working out. I want the skirt to be very flowy. I want the cutout in the midsection. I got like a fun collar, and then just even more movement with like the flowy sleeves. And I also love embroidery and like embellishment, like with jewelry and everything. One of my favorite designers is Galpe. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not, but she's a very talented Chinese designer, and her looks are just insane. There's so much detail, so much embroidery to it. That's what I want. I want the embellishment, the embroidery, the sparkle. And this is another design that you guys saw in my last video, the one that I started to drape. I had seen like a similar dress that like of where it's like the top part and then there's like a skirt underneath, like on Pinterest, and that was my kind of inspiration. But I wanted to do like the asymmetrical line, and I want to do, as I showed you, it's like fitted, and then it kind of like flares out a bit over the skirt. I have to put some interfacing inside to make it a bit more stiff. I would like for the green part of it to be like a bit shiny on the outside. I've already gotten fabric for the skirt. It's in this huge bag. I'll get into that a little bit later. My third design, a bit more of like a ball gown, again with greens, but this time more darker tone. Definitely thinking more like historical aspect to it. I really want to have like a beaded embellishment for the rose part. We'll see what I find for that, because either I would love to like bead it myself, but I probably won't have time, so we'll see what I end up doing for that. I don't know if I'll find like an applique that I could use, or what. Maybe like I just don't do that idea. But I want the sleeves puffy, but then also kind of a bit more sheer, so maybe use the chiffon again there too. I don't know. And then, as you can also tell in these designs too, lots of gold accents. Oh, and again, I've got like a fun necklace design for it. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing for that yet. We'll see. For my guy look, I have this design. I saw a picture on Pinterest that had like it was like, I think it was a pattern for this kind of cape where, again, it's like asymmetrical, one side shorter and then it goes longer. I love a good like cape, you know, I love it. And then again, he's got the gold accents. I would love for like on his shoulder for it to kind of be like a gold chain there, like a thin one like you would use for like a necklace or something. And then underneath, it's got like, he's gonna be wearing like a white shirt. On top of it, he's got like a vest, and then the detailing that I have in there, I like want it to be like, I guess maybe a brocade. That's right. You know, just like with gold roses. That's what I drew on it. Fit flare pants going on. We'll see how this goes. I really want this one to turn out well. Again, I don't really have fabrics for this one yet, so I'm still gonna go fabric shopping for that one. And then the last design, I had started with this one, and it's like a fitted sparkly green dress, and then it has, I want like 3D roses, you know, at the bottom, and then I had this fun cape. But then the model that I have is a bit shorter, so I don't know if like having like a long fitted dress like that was gonna be like very flattering. So then I came up with this other design, kind of like a shorter version, and then the roses are gonna be on top, like over her chest. And then in the picture I kind of have like a little cape thing, like train going out the back. Not sure if I'm gonna do that or not. Again, it's just kind of when I start doing it, we'll see if I want to add that or not. Yeah, so those are my looks. As you know, I've gotten some fabrics. I went to a fabric store in Sacramento, and they had tons and tons of different fabrics on big rolls, and the people working there who were very, very helpful and very knowledgeable about all their fabric. Like, I would be like, oh, like, I want this one. They're like, oh, the crepe silk, that's gonna be like however much per yard. Like, they just know. It's not like numbered or anything. So they were very helpful with finding things that I was looking for, and the pricing was very good there. So I got this chiffon, and it's kind of like an off-white color, more, I think, at least when I was in the store, it looked more cream than like pure white. I didn't like the pure white, it was too bright. But this one, the movement's very nice, and I want to use this for like the bottom of the skirt on this design. And then this I got a lot of. This is a crepe silk, so one side is shiny and then the other isn't. And I wanted to use this for my first look that I showed you guys. I loved the color of this. And then it also, again, like, has great movement to it, and I think it would be really good thing for that one. And then I got this fun sequined green for that, my little sparkly bodycon dress. It's kind of like, it's like soft, and then the sequins on top, but like, I love the sparkle to it. It's got a little bit of stretch to it, so I think that's good if I want to have a fitted dress. This fabric, not sure if I'll use or not, we'll see. I would use it with the green sparkly, because they're like flowers on this fabric. So if I don't make the like 3D roses, then I could just use this like along the top, like just like gather it, I guess. I don't know though. I don't know if I'm gonna use this or not. I think it's also just like a matter of time for me, like how much time I'll have if I'm gonna make the roses. And then this fabric I just saw and thought it was really pretty, and I couldn't pass it up. But it's this really pretty embroidered pattern that's just like leaves and green, and I just thought it went really well with my theme. And then it's got like little scalloped edges. I don't know if I'm gonna like use it for like a little outfit for myself for the show, or if I'm gonna use it in one of my designs. We'll see. But I couldn't pass that one up because that one was so nice. And then I also got 3 things of serger thread that match the crepe silk. But for everything that I got, it came out to $237.25. That's some of my fabric. I still need to get some more. I need to buy some like some thread to match, and then I'll need to get some interfacing. Also, just all of the jewelry aspects, the like chains and whatever. Those are my looks, and that is the fabric that I have so far. I hope you enjoyed the rest of this video of a week in my life. class. I just had to do some reading, a quiz, and then a short 3-paragraph essay. I still have a discussion to do for the class, but it's not due till later, so I'm just gonna do that later. But now I'm gonna work on a pattern that I have to do for my pattern making class. I have my little mini, or like half-size slopers. I still have these from my beginner pattern making class, so I didn't have to remake these, which I was very happy about. And we're making a surplice with lining, so I have to just watch a little YouTube video, just follow along, and I don't have to cut out like fabric or anything to sew it, because we'll do that in Thursday's class. So I'm just gonna do that pattern real quick, and then I'll get started on my bullet journal. So so these are the patterns that I had to make for my class. We got surplice front left, surplice front right, and then it's at a half scale, and we got to cut one out of self fabric, which is just like fashion fabric, and then cut one out of lining for both of these. And we got the back pattern, 2 self and 2 lining. So there we go. Now we got that done as well. Now that I got my patterns done, it is around 9:30, so I'm gonna start on my bullet journal, and you get to see what I designed for February. Alright, this is my finished bullet journal for February. This is my cover page. Then I have habits and goals. And this is my layout for the month. I have my schedule and then to do. So to do, I could like plan out what homework I want to do, and like what I want to work on my designs. This and then I just ended it on like the end of the month of February. So then I just use this space. So just for notes if I want to write anything down. And yeah, that's my planner for February. Okay, now that I've finished my planning out my bullet journal for February, I'm gonna make myself some lunch, and then let's see, what time is it? It's almost 1 o'clock. My next class starts at 3, so I'll probably have lunch, and then I'll probably have to get ready to go. Yeah, that's my next step in action. I just finished with my costuming class, and I just really like that class because afterwards I always just feel so, I just feel really good and really inspired. I love talking about costumes and like learning all the different things. And in this class we did like a collage activity. We had to choose a character, and then, sorry if I'm out of breath, I just like sped walk back to my car, and my class is really far away from all the parking lots. But we did an activity where we had a character, and then you had to there was like a little description of the character, and then you had to make a collage from a magazine of like an outfit for them. And so like this is what I did. One of the characters was the Furies, and this is my collage, and we just like had 20 minutes to do it. And I don't know, it's a really fun activity for me, and for like to be creative. And because I don't know, I feel like a lot of my other classes, especially recently, have just been like, oh, you have to follow these rules, you know, to like build something, or like how to write an essay or whatever. But like doing art, like a collage or just drawing, like this class is just so far, like you could be really creative about things, and it makes me feel really happy and feel more motivated about my major and about like all like doing stuff with fashion. So I'm always gonna be looking forward to this class because it's always really fun. But now I don't have any more classes today, but I do need to go. I'm gonna go to Michael's and get some more a sketchbook, because I have to get a sketchbook that's mixed media. And even though I already have a ton of sketchbooks, I don't have a sketchbook that's mixed media. I got watercolor, I got tracing paper, I got marker paper, no mixed media. Plus I just want to get like a little smaller book too that I could use for my costuming class to like do notes, or just like maybe like more sketches, like just something solely for that class. So yeah, gonna head to Michael's. Okay, I have gotten back from my adventures to Michael's. I also stopped by Joann's on the way back, but I got a mixed media 9x12 sketchbook. I got this little sketchbook just to like have for the class to do notes and like just little sketches, like any ideas and whatever. I got 2 pens. I'm gonna tell, yeah, they're just both like reds. This one's more like, I would say like wine color, you know, because for one of our project for the costuming class is we have to design an outfit for like a musician to wear at their concert. And the look that I want to do, I need some red for it, and I have a lot of pens, but I didn't know if I had like good reds. That's what I got from Michael's. I used to work at Michael's, and I loved it because I always went to the art section and let's get a bunch of pens. They always have a 20% off coupon for like all regular priced items, so always be sure to use that when you go to Michael's, because it's like it's there all the time. But then Joann's, I just bought like 5 yards of muslin just because I need more. I'm gonna be using a lot more this semester, so I gotta stock up. But I made it to school for my class, but oh my god, I really second guessed myself, being like, should I actually be going to school, because it's like been raining through the night here and it's still raining pretty heavily, and there was, like, as many people know, the roads in California are not built for the rain, and there was several massive just puddles in the road that I'm like slowly driving through my little Nissan Sentra, and this is probably like one of the scariest things I've ever experienced. I was driving and I saw up ahead that there was like gonna be a big puddle because there's a car and like the water is like whoosh, like to the sides of it. And then so I'm like, okay, I gotta be careful driving through this. But to my luck, a giant pickup truck drives next to me, like speeds up, so he's like up next to me, and so like when we drive through that puddle, it just splashes all on my car. I couldn't see anything. It was just a wall of water, and I was so scared. But luckily, like the water like kind of fell off fast and nothing else happened. I was like, oh my god, I was so scared, like if I was to like crash into that truck or like what. But I don't want to be in the rain. That's okay. I have like my raincoat, but then I also have this umbrella in my car, and I'm gonna use this. I don't care if for some ever reason some people are like, ugh, umbrellas, like, it's so not cool, but I don't like getting wet in the rain, so I'm gonna use my umbrella. Ugh. But yeah, that's what happened to me. I'm gonna go to class now. I'll update you guys probably when I get home. I just finished draping another bodice. This is for like kind of like the ball gown look. This is what I have. It's kind of like just like a simple strapless bodice look. But this front part, unlike the other one where it's like a seam down the middle, I'm gonna cut on the fold. So there's no seam here, it just goes over to this side. And then the waist here comes to a point down in the middle. And I got the back kind of drops down a little bit. And I think for this one, I want to do like maybe like a lace up back. I don't know, it's either that or just zipper. Whatever one. So now that I finished this, I'm kind of gonna do the same as what I did to the other one last time. Just take it off, trace it for patterns for the other sides, sew it together, have a little mock-up. next day, and I finished the bodice. I put it back on the dress form, and I am very happy again with this result. When I make it out of fashion fabric, this part would be like the green, and hopefully with like rose beading, either as like an applique or something. But I like how this turned out. Hopefully it'll fit my model well. And then while I was sewing this last night, I also was working on a project for the assignment for my pattern making class. I had done the pattern previously, but I just sewed it together today, or finished. I started sewing it last night and then finished sewing it today. And then the rest of the day today, I'll probably work on some schoolwork. I work tomorrow, so I want to try and get a lot of stuff, or as much as I can, done today. Just trying to work on assignments and projects and whatever. And I'll keep you guys updated.